Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Rats on Film, the show where a bunch of film rats talk about and rank movies. Let's go. Today on the show, we are talking about the Super Mario movies. On the show today, I have Johnny.
Hey, mamma mia.
Spencer.
A gobbledygoo.
Gobbledygoo?
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Are you a baby? Is that what you made? A baby noise? Oh, a baby Mario reference. I get it.
Yeah. You gotta watch the movie.
I did watch the movie. We're here to talk about it.
Mario says many things, Spencer.
Yeah, and gobbledygoo should not have been the first thing that came to my mind, but I felt very pressured.
He's probably never said that.
No, it's a lot of like wahoos and other things, but no.
Could have went with like an oh yeah.
Could have been like a let's it go, but no.
All right, Mario, super iconic character. We've gotten 2 animated Mario movies in the last couple of years. Nintendo and Illumination collaborating. Mario Galaxy movie just came out, so we're here to talk about them. We're here to do a ranking. Which one was better?
Are any of them even good? In the first place.
I think it's going to be interesting. And first off, I will say thank you again for having your resident kids movie expert back on the show.
Yeah. I thought about this, Spencer. I thought about how at the end of the Pokemon episode, you complained that we brought you on for trash. And then we were like, you know what? Come on for the Mario movie.
Bring him back, dude.
No,
you know what? These are more fun, though. Come on.
They are more fun, first of all. And second of all, you deserve to be here because all 3 of us are really big Nintendo fans and Mario fans.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, I feel like you guys are probably the same. I've played maybe every Mario game ever.
I've played a lot of them.
There's probably some, like Mario teaches you how to type game. I didn't do that one.
Yeah, the Mario Paint.
Yeah, I did play that
I never
one.
played Mario Paint.
I had Mario fucking Sports Mix. I played the shit out of that game.
Right.
But the reason that this matters, it's not about gloating about, how many Mario games we've played. There's a lot of critique out there on these movies from people who could not give a single shit about Mario, right? And people want to hear from people who like movies and like Mario, and we are the perfect trio for that.
Yeah,
not in the world, but within this podcast.
Yeah, it is an interesting place to be for sure to like be watching a movie adaptation of something that you are incredibly familiar with across like decades of my life.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think that's probably why there's a lot of the parts, like the nostalgia scenes and stuff like that hit so hard for us, and like probably are a lot of things that we really enjoy about it.
Yeah, it cannot be separated.
Oh, of course. And again, that's not to say that people who are not Mario fans like can't watch and enjoy a movie, but I'm just saying I think the people who are on the internet looking up podcasts to see people's opinions on the Mario movie care about Mario and care about the Mario movie. And they want to hear from people who also care about Mario. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I
care very deeply.
I would consider like Super Mario World SNES one of the greatest games ever made. Like
I agree.
100%
that's my favorite Mario game.
I was going to ask. I was going to start the show with favorite Mario game. So glad you got us here, Spencer.
Oh yeah.
It's between that and Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door for me.
Oh,
it's one of those two.
God, that's so good.
Johnny?
I would say Super Mario World as well. That was always my go-to. Part of me wants to say something different because Spencer said that, but my heart says that. But also special shout out to Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy. Honestly, Mario Galaxy is fucking peak. And if we're counting extra Mario games, like love Mario Kart and love Mario Party 5.
Mario 2 has been an incredible franchise for me. There's a lot of investment that I have in the characters and the world that they've built.
They struck gold and it's stuck, and I think they've made like a really fun, iconic cast of characters. And
yeah, they really have.
Yeah, it's to the point where like everyone seems to have a different favorite. My wife's favorite character is Toad, right? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that sucks.
I think it's great because we play with Kart or like any game where Toad is a playable character that Sushi picks.
Not even Toadette.
Not even Toadette.
So we're in the era of video game movie adaptations, like very strongly, and it's been happening a lot lately. And so Nintendo finally, they made one in the 90s. We considered talking about it today. I have not seen that movie. And honestly, it's not very readily available. It's crazy from what I've seen of it. And it just didn't really feel like it would fit on with this. So we're going with the official Nintendo sanctioned Illumination 2 animated movies. and we're gonna do a little rat ranking. You guys want to get into it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Wahoo!
First up on the list, the Super Mario Brothers movie from 2023. We usually do a quick little synopsis. I don't even know how to summarize these movies.
Can
Mario
I
and
try?
Luigi
Can I try?
go for it, Spencer.
Okay. Mario and Luigi are have their own business in New York. They're plumbers. They accept a job where there's like, well, the city's like, well, you got to go check out this pipe downstairs. There's something going on, and they go, all right, yeah, we'll go check it out. By the way, their parents are disappointed in them because they're plumbers. They're just like, their family's like not having a good time. They're like, why don't you do something that like actually there's some money? They're like, well, okay, we'll do our best. They're like really trying to make their parents proud. So they go down, check out the pipe, and then the pipe is like to the viewer a big green warp pipe. But if you don't know Mario, you would just think it's just like
if you don't know Mario, you don't even know ball.
It's just some weird pipe, right? But to us, we looked at that and we are like, dude,
They're warping.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
That's no ordinary pipe. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, exactly. So they get sucked into the pipe, and I don't remember how. Somehow Luigi and Mario get split up in the pipe process. Like,
yeah, really,
Luigi,
it's just cause
they get split up, and Luigi goes to like Lava Death World, and Mario goes to Happy Fun Time World.
Wait, just real quick, are you gonna go through the entire movie?
Oh wait, is that not how we do the recap?
No, we can't. I'm just curious.
I could. Sorry, I'll speed it up.
Just the bravery of this is crazy. Before the podcast, you're like, hey guys, just so you know, I didn't have time to rewatch the first one. Then immediately into it, you're like, I'll recap the whole thing.
I just want to give it a shot.
You're getting it pretty close. Like, there's a few things here and there, but overall,
I feel like I'm doing good.
I'd like to see you continue, honestly.
Yeah, I'd appreciate you not interrupting me.
I apologize.
So Mario makes his way to the Princess Peach's castle and introduce himself, and Princess Peach is like, there's a moment where Princess Peach is like, oh, you're a human, and then there's like this weird thing where like, Princess Peach is human, how'd that happen? She doesn't know, who knows? Luigi's fighting for his life in Lava World. I don't remember what happens. I think he gets captured by Bowser people. And then Mario is like, I gotta go save Lou, I gotta save my brother. And Peach trains him to be a better Mario. 80s montage, lots of music that's really off-putting, and then they get some warning. Oh no, they gotta go see Donkey Kong, and they go see Donkey Kong, and I don't remember why. I think it was because they had to stop Bowser. And
I remember a few moments ago when I did give you an out and you went forward. And I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but you don't have a superstar, you don't have invincibility, so I am actually technically allowed to like hurt you and attack you.
Oh well, this is the last time. They go see Donkey Kong. And the Mario has to like prove himself Donkey Kong. He gets like a power up where he turns into a cat and he scratches Donkey Kong's face. It's like this weird thing. And Donkey Kong's Seth Rogen. He just sounds like Seth Rogen. He's not even really trying to be anything other than Seth Rogen. It's really stupid. And then
I agree with that.
And then they like recruit all of the Kongs in like this cart thing, and they make their way back to Mushroom Kingdom because the Bowser's on his way. Bowser wants to marry Peach. Peach is like, no, screw you. They still go through some sort of wedding. And then the Mario Bros get reunited, and then they stop the wedding, and they get warped back to New York and defeat Bowser back in New York. And then it ends with the scene where the Mario Brothers see their dad, who's Charles Martinet, by the way, and he goes, "I'm so proud of my boys." And that's the sort of roundabout, like, I was disappointed but now I'm proud, and that's the end of the movie.
Pretty good, honestly.
He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He did pretty good.
Thank you.
You seem like you were stumbling at the Donkey Kong part, and I got worried for a second, but you actually landed it.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That was too long of a recap, I realize.
You usually I give like a 2-sentence synopsis.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning.
like I would have probably just said Mario and Luigi are plumbers, and they get transported to the Mushroom Kingdom where they team up with Princess Peach to stop Bowser. That's probably what my synopsis would have been.
What have I done?
So that's the movie.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it?
I like it. I liked it a lot when it came out. Like, I was really, really into it. I think I saw it twice in theaters. And a big part of that, again, like talking about us being Mario fans, was me just being so excited to see Mario on the big screen. And one thing I have to give the movie credit for, both movies, like right away, is the translation of the Mario style to a more detailed animation style is really well done by Illumination. Like, I think that these movies are visual improvements, but keep the spirit and the character design very successfully. And I really like it.
The first note I have written down is just they nailed it visually.
Yeah.
I think easily the strongest part about these films is just they're very iconic characters, and they've been around for 40 years at this point. The designs have changed a lot, but Mario's kind of one of those things where like it either looks right or it doesn't, and I feel like it very much looks right here. All the characters across the board.
It was just kind of like a stylized version of him, which works.
I feel like Illumination as a studio unabashedly shoots for a style of film and storytelling that can catch the most people. That's what they. I don't mean that necessarily as an insult. I think some people would throw that as an insult, but I think they're going for things truly being for everybody on Earth.
Yeah, Illumination's is a pretty interesting animation studio when you look at the breadth of work that they have, and on some level it makes a lot of sense that they would make the Mario movie, and sort of like the target audience for that and what they're striving for with it. I think there's certainly an elevation of their style in the visually speaking in the Mario films for me. All right, can we talk about the cast too? I think that's important to talk about.
Hot button topic
Up front. Yeah, hot button topic. It really is. It's relevant for both films, but we'll talk about it here on the first one.
This might be an unpopular opinion. Chris Pratt does not bother me that much in these movies. I'm not saying he's the perfect pick, and it would have been my choice necessarily, but I understand why they didn't give him the game Mario voice. I don't think that would have been listenable for a movie and for storytelling and for regular conversation.
Right.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I understand why people have problems, but it doesn't bother me that much personally.
I feel like he's like unobtrusive as a
Yes.
voice actor. Like it's not bad, but it's also like not a big risk.
I don't like Chris Pratt as Mario in this. I'll be that one on it. However, I'm with you. I don't hate it. It doesn't like ruin the movie for me.
Yeah.
But I think mostly what it is that he's just not doing a voice. He kind of is. He's half doing
I do
a
hear what
Brooklyn
you're
accent.
saying, because my biggest problem in this movie is fucking Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, which Spencer said. And it's for the exact reason that you just said, because he is straight up not doing a voice. Like Chris Pratt is doing a tiny bit of, he's not doing as much as some of the other people, like Jack Black is doing an amazing job.
Jack Black's doing a full voice. Keegan Michael Key's doing a full voice.
Exactly. So I do understand what you're saying there, where you're like, I wish he was doing more. But to me, he's not the worst in this movie, so maybe it helps him a little bit, but I don't know.
And I think part of what it is that, and maybe this is unfair on it, but Chris Pratt has actually voiced a lot of animated characters now.
That's true, yeah.
Right? He's in the Lego movie. He's Garfield. He's in Onward.
Yep.
And so this is his fourth animated character where he just talks like himself. And I don't like them all being homogenized, because a lot of voice acting is what you're doing with just your voice. You don't have any other tools as an actor to emote. All of that's done in animation, which is really strong here, but he's not bringing something really to the table. And I wish that he was. And I think the same could be said about Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, though arguably Seth Rogen's natural voice suits Donkey Kong better than Chris Pratt's natural voice suits Mario.
I totally hear what you're saying. And I guess the other thing that bothers me is that why do we need to have such big celebrities in this movie? Like, some of them are doing good and some of them are doing less good, but Mario is the most famous fictional. He has to be in the top 5 most famous fictional characters in the entire world. Why do we need to attach people that are quote unquote famous to try to sell the tickets? Who is like, I don't really give a fuck about Mario, but Chris Pratt? What? I'm the biggest Chris Pratt fan there is. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It probably, Illumination had a lot of influence on like casting like the safest, like the widest net. Right. And like, we want some people, some talent that people like, then let's just have these people do it.
And I'm not inherently against famous people being the voices. Like I said, I think Jack Black, I think Charlie Day.
Jack Black kills it. Charlie Day's
Anya
great.
Taylor-Joy, I think that they're very good in their roles. But I don't want you to sacrifice the character having a more fitting voice for a famous person is how I feel, I guess.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of really, really amazing voice actors out there that probably get overshadowed quite frequently for this exact reason, because they're just
Of
like their
course.
name isn't well known, but their voice is like super well known.
I mean, I'm on both sides of the coin because I have those feelings, but also at the same time, I don't feel like it's as bad as people said it was. But I
Yeah,
understand
agree
the
with that.
frustration.
It doesn't ruin the movie.
No.
But I think it could have been better. There's just no way someone was sat on their couch being like, I won't see the Mario movie, and then they went, ooh, Chris Pratt though.
That's what I'm saying. But he's so cool.
At least, yeah, it is so. That's just the
Do
funny.
you guys remember that?
He's so. I do. Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
cool. Yes, he is.
All right, this one time, I gotta give Chrissy boy a little extra money.
Yeah.
I'll go see it. I don't want to. I hate Mario.
Yeah,
I hate him.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
seeing it.
At
but
least
this
one person
time,
that was their thing. That had to
there's
have
no way.
existed.
There's zero of them.
I get.
If it was you, comment below.
Okay. But let's talk about the movie more too.
Yes.
Here's the thing that's going to come up again and again. Mario, the games, they barely have a story. Mario is a gameplay forward franchise, right? Everything is about the gameplay. They put a little bit of story in it, like you're going to save the princess. That's the basic story of like a lot of the games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's on Illumination to honor the games and honor the vibe of the stories of the games, but also add something so that you could have a film narrative. And the whole thing that they have in this movie with Mario feeling like a failure, and also his relationship specifically with Luigi, where it's about how he's a failure and he feels like he's dragging Luigi down with him because that's what his parents tell him. That's what his old boss Spike tells him. And the idea that he thinks if we stick together, it will be great. And him as a character having to rise up to be the hero that Luigi thinks he is, I think is well done. And I actually really like it a lot in this movie.
Fully agree with you. It's funny because I rewatched it for this, and I remember the first time I watched it feeling like the parent stuff was a little heavy-handed in the beginning of like the I'm not proud of you, whatever, blah 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 blah. And admittedly it is. But in the last scene when Luigi gets in front of Bowser's fire,
It's
and
my
holds
favorite
up,
moment of the entire movie.
dude, it really, really hits. It really, really works.
Yeah.
He actually is brave, and he stands up, and they grab hands and they unite together to save the day, and like they actually are stronger together. It's actually very satisfying. I get it's a little bit basic, but their two character arcs in the movie are actually really good.
Yeah.
Here.
It definitely gives you like just enough to chew on, especially as we're watching as Mario fans, and we pick out all of the scenes with the references and the callbacks to games and stuff, and it's like the little melody motifs throughout, like of the music. I think when we see those and hear those things, it adds more for us for those little like story elements that they did decide to put in.
It's definitely true, and it is a good point to bring up that it must be a vastly different viewing experience to watch this, being a Mario fan and having played those games versus being aware of Mario, but those sorts of things don't mean anything. And at least in this film specifically, in this character arc that we're talking about, there's something there that's tangible just within the movie. No prior knowledge needed. You can watch the relationship between the brothers and the conflict and the emotions and have that satisfying resolution at the end. And I think something that should be celebrated through the entire film, honestly, is we talked about like visually the movie's great, but also like the choreography is great and the animation of some of the action is really great. That
The action
end,
animation is insanely good.
I think the action animation is really, really strong there.
It's fast, but it's readable, which is not always easy to do. And again, it feels like the games. It's not something that you could explain, right? It's just something like you just know what it feels like when Mario jumps, and he jumps a certain way, and he jumps for a certain amount of time, and all of that needs to be captured in the animation, and they do a good job. Like I think early on in the movie when they're running to that first job where they're doing the
Yes, going through the construction site.
Yeah, they're like running to their first job and their car doesn't work, so they have to run down up Brooklyn Street, and it's this side view panning of them going through a construction site, and it's framed as a Mario level where Mario's doing everything perfectly, like he's speed running it, and Luigi's doing shit, and that's like the perfect scene of nostalgia, but also storytelling, because you're watching it going, oh my god, this is perfect. It's a Mario level. Even at the end, he jumps on a little castle flag, but it's a burger restaurant.
Yep.
But but also they have the storytelling element of Luigi's lagging behind, and Mario is taking his time to help him and making sure he could get across, because it adds to this overall narrative that Mario wants to help his brother, but also has this nagging feeling that he's the reason his brother is failing.
I think that's a good point. I also highlighted that scene, and I think that's maybe something that I wish there was more of throughout both of these movies, is
Yeah.
using those action scenes to tell the story as well. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about the music more, Spencer? Because you touched on this, and I feel like this is one of the simultaneous strengths and weaknesses of this movie.
Yeah, as Mario fans, it was like really, really easy for them, I think, to throw in even just a few little melodic hints towards songs, and they were scattered throughout the movie, through both movies actually, which are always fun. I mean, like they feel like little callbacks, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that level, or I was from that game. And sometimes it's like it's to a game that isn't necessarily like really represented in the movie. Like, oh, I think that was a Sunshine song, right? And which is fun. And then like, I mean, it's probably like for you guys, but it's like I'll remember scenes from that level that the song is from, or like my favorite parts of like running around that hub world. So it's easy for like to have these like flood of memories come back, which is exactly what they were going for. The first movie also decided to, I think also as some sort of like nostalgia bait thing, like throw in a lot of songs unrelated to the Mario games, like real life songs,
like a needle drop.
Yeah,
80s,
yeah.
It's all 80s music, I believe.
I could see what they were trying to do with the music. It seemed every time it's like an 80s song came on, to me it just felt like some way to sort of like foster engagement, but it felt like too try-hardy, and it did the opposite effect for me.
Can we call it what it was? It was a fucking crime. Anytime an 80s song came on, it was a fucking crime. And it ruins the movie. It ruins the scene.
I've lamented this on this podcast before. I think that this is like the Shrekification of animated movies. I feel like Shrek started the trend of like, let's put popular music needle drops in it, and that'll be cool. I actually like the songs that they picked.
Of course.
Tyler. Take On Me is a great song. The problem is that what you lose here is specificity to your movie, and having scenes and songs that, what you're talking about with Mario levels, Spencer, right? Like transporting you to a memory of playing that level.
Yeah.
And I think film scores should do that. If you hear like the Back to the Future score, you're thinking about the DeLorean driving, right? Like if you hear the Imperial March, you think about Darth Vader walking. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you hear Take On Me, are you going to think about the Mario movie? Are you going to think about Kong driving?
No, I think about that music video. It's like where it's like he jumps into the paper world.
So it's one of those things where I feel like you diminish your own art and the ability for people to connect to it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The music in Mario games is as important as the art.
Shout out to Koji Kondo.
The world is. Yeah.
Incredible composer.
When it's a movie where you're bringing somebody to a new, unfamiliar world, such as Star Wars or anything like that, right? It's so important to establish what the feeling of this world is. And if you're playing 80s music, 80s pop hits, you're fucking it up. It's not the Mario world, and they have incredible music. It is such a blunder to play these songs.
Yeah, to give credit to the composer Brian Tyler, he composed really great themes using the original Mario music.
It's not his fault. It's whoever made the final say, right? It's my least favorite part about the movie.
It had to have felt like I guess in the decision-making room, like also another way to sort of cast a wide net, like why they chose these songs. I think
you're right about that.
But it's the same thing as the actor one for me, where it's like, it's Mario, guys. Like, I just wish I was in those meeting rooms going, hey, guys, it's Mario.
Yeah, it should
sell itself. And that's all I say. It's Mario, guys. Relax.
Yeah. We don't need to do it.
All right, I think one of the other, maybe the last like big thing to talk about this one is
why it's not Toadsworth and why it's a weird blue toad.
Bring back Toadsworth, Nintendo.
Why
What's
is it
going
not?
on?
There's literally a Toadsworth character with old man glasses,
Yeah,
but he's just a blue toad. That's what you wanted to talk. That's what you were gonna say, right?
Yeah, it's a big question mark. Yeah, it just why'd they do that? The character exists.
Yeah.
Give him a little cane. Give him a little mushroom cane.
Give the guy a cane. Make him brown. Give him the mustache.
It'd be easy.
Bowser in this film.
Yeah.
Talk
good.
about
Great. Love him.
the use of him as a villain and the performance of Jack Black a little bit more here.
In an age where I feel like Jack Black is saturating a lot of media, I'm very pleased with his role. And honestly, both films. The first one, he had a lot more prevalent of a role, and he was really good. Like, he clearly was like really trying with his voice acting. Probably the best voice acting performance in the movie.
Yeah,
Agreed.
definitely.
100% agreed.
I think they found a way to lean into his like Tenacious D side with the songs, and it still works in movie. Like Peaches is a banger, and
Peaches was a cultural phenomenon at the time.
yeah, it's incredible that they were able to like, because Bowser as a character from the games never known for singing ever, because they had Jack Black and they know they could, they did it and it worked and it was amazing.
It's a great point, because I think that why it works really well here is to talk a little bit more broadly for 1 second. There's a difficult thing about Mario as a property, which is, like Johnny said earlier, the games are pretty basic story-wise, but they're also pretty basic character-wise, right?
Mhm.
Most Mario characters have at most one attribute that defines them in their games, and I think that's intentional from Nintendo, because they kind of want them all to be blank slate characters that can suit any kind of game that they want to make, right? It's a silly world that is constantly evolving and changing. So Bowser traditionally is pretty much just like, bad guy, like, right? Like, evil
Well
laugh.
done.
Thanks, man. I like that they added a little bit to his character here to let you in a little bit to like his desperation to marry Peach. They like
Yes.
made him an insecure guy who just has a crush on this princess, and he's pretty let's be honest, Bowser's problematic, dude. He's kidnapping princesses and trying to force them into marriage. You can't be doing that. It's 2026, dude. Come on.
Bad
But-
Bowser.
Bad guy. But he's insecure. He's powerful, but he's like desperate for like attention and praise, and I think it works really well for the character, and it makes it really fun compared to him just being like a mustache twirling maniacal laugh bad guy.
I
Yeah,
think his
totally
relationship
agree.
with Kamek is also really fun.
It's that relationship's really fun, and I also like how all the things you just described, Xander, also add to his relationship with his army of Koopas. Because there's a couple scenes where it's like the Koopas are there, and Bowser's a fun guy. Like, he's rocking out,
Yeah.
and they're rocking with him, and he's kind of like, guys, we're gonna fucking roll all of this. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And they're all like, yeah, like you need that in his character to have him have this great following, right? And then there's that aspect of his character, and also there's the fear aspect where he can
Yes, the
get
turn.
very scary and can get very violent and angry. And even you see that in the one scene where he's hyping up all the Koopas and everything, and he turns the one Koopa into dry bones, which I loved that bit. That's such a good,
the one
like,
Koopa goes like, what if she says no?
yeah. And again,
He
it
just
goes back
burns
to
him.
his insecurity. Like, he has anger through insecurity. Everything that they did to his character, I totally agree with you, Xander. Just, it matches what the original was doing for the story, which is very basic, but still it works, and just elevates it and adds nuance and depth to it.
It's just like one extra layer, but it you need that instead of it just being he's a bad turtle. He's a big bad
Yeah.
turtle.
And so much of that is coming from Jack Black's amazing performance.
Speaking of other characters, I think the last thing we should talk about is Princess Peach in this movie, because in a similar way to Bowser here, they've kind of added a layer to her character that doesn't traditionally exist in the games.
I feel like I have a take, and I'm not sure if it's a hot one or not.
Go ahead.
I thought that Anya Taylor-Joy as a voice actress was really good. I felt like the script for her character wasn't that great. I didn't go in and necessarily expecting like the exact image of Princess Peach that you'd get from the video games, like one that just bakes a cake and then gets captured by Bowser. Like, you know, I knew there's like
Writes a couple letters.
gonna have to have some more nuance to it. But I guess like I feel like there could have been a stronger push to have that sort of like sweeter side that she's known for from the games, and still have her perform all of the same tasks and duties and like badass scenes. You know what I'm saying?
I think the thing that's different than her from the games is that she isn't as sassy as she is in the games in the movie. And I do recognize that. It honestly doesn't really bother me that much, but I do think that it wouldn't have bothered me if she was sassier either. I think it would have been closer.
Yeah.
I like the dynamic here, the little bit of the mix up that her and Mario actually team up to save Luigi. Again, talking about all the things that Johnny talked about in the beginning, like the setup of the arc here is about the Mario Brothers relationship. I like that being the core of the film, but the extra layer is maybe missing with her. They just kind of went with like she's a badass here, and I kind of like that in this universe. Like she's actually good.
Her action
and that's
scenes are
become
really good in both.
Yeah, they're
movies.
really good. And the thing that that maybe I like the most about her, and what works really well as a service for Mario's arc in the movie, is that she's the first person besides Luigi to believe in Mario, right? Like I think that's one of the things is he has this feeling that everybody thinks he's a failure. His old boss thinks he's a failure. His parents think he's a failure. Deep down, he's afraid that maybe Luigi thinks he's a failure. And then he meets this princess who goes, you know what? I see something in you. You are brave and you're resilient. And he's like, I didn't even beat the obstacle course. And she goes, yeah, but you almost did. So come on, like we'll come on this adventure and we'll do it together.
Yeah. And Mario never gives up too. And she recognizes that. And that's a great character trait for a hero to have. Not that they're a character that can do no wrong, but one that doesn't give up is a good trait that they give Mario. One last thing I want to talk about too is, like, we don't have to go super in depth in it, but I love the Mario Kart scene.
Yes.
That whole
Very
scene
fun.
on Rainbow Road is so good, and the animation is so good, and blue shells in it. Like, just the way the camera moves too is insane and extremely energetic and extremely entertaining. I love that part.
I quite like seeing Rainbow Road and the blue shell and the bananas and stuff like that. Again, listen, this is a reference heavy movie. It's a fan service movie. They know what they're doing. We're Mario fans. I enjoy them. I don't think that they're perfect movies. I don't think they're like the best things I've ever seen, but I find it very entertaining and I find it very fun as a fan of Mario.
Yeah, I think this movie is pretty successful in what it's going for. It's not a perfect movie. It's not the most profound thing I've ever seen, but I really enjoy it, and I do think the things that they added to add depth to the characters work for me.
I definitely do look at it fondly, and I appreciate what they attempted to do. I don't think it probably wasn't an easy thing off the rip to like make a Mario movie, and like have it land as well as it did. So it's a good movie.
Top of the list for now. Next up, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, 2026, just came out.
We all saw it day one.
Since this one is hot off the presses, new. Spencer, if you want to give a synopsis again, do it, but give a brief, no spoiler.
Got it. Okay, Mario and Luigi. They found a job, and early on, and they find Yoshi. And that's not a spoiler, surely. Yoshi is not a spoiler.
He's in the trailers.
Yeah, okay. So they find Yoshi right at the start of the movie, and then
brief. You're going scene. You already started going scene by scene. Just give like a brief, like 2 sentence.
Okay.
Don't go scene by scene.
Rosalina, new character, gets captured by Bowser Jr. And then Loomis enlists the help of Princess Peach and Mario Bros. And then they fly through the galaxies into outer space to stop Bowser Jr. from enacting his plan with Rosalina.
Perfect.
Excellent. Whew. All right, so really quick, we're going to do a no spoiler reaction in case anybody does want spoilers. I don't really think people are going to give a shit, but if you don't want spoilers, this is spoiler-free review. Did you guys like the movie? Did you guys not like the movie?
I liked it.
This movie gave me an existential crisis that I'm still...
It's still digesting.
I'm still dealing with.
He was digesting it the moment we walked out of the film.
I feel insanely mixed about this movie. I'll just put it that way before we get into spoilers.
I enjoyed the movie a lot. I had a very fun time watching it. I think it's a much, much more mixed bag than the first one.
I would say that there's a lot of things this one does much better than the first, and there's a lot of things this one does like not as well as the first.
I agree.
100% agree. All right. Spoiler alert. If you've not seen the movie, you don't want spoilers for this. Spoilers now. Let's talk about
This
it.
is a lot to talk about, so I think we should start out by going through the positives of the movie and what we all
Sure.
liked. Like
Yeah.
for me, one of the very first things, what I said it to Spencer before the movie even started, I said, "Do you think in this movie they'll actually use the soundtrack and not, or like use the Mario songs and not do needle drops?" And he was like, "I don't know. I don't think they will." I was so happy that they did. I truly like that. That's my biggest problem with the first movie, is the music. I think it ruins multiple scenes. And I think in this movie, the music was just chef's kiss the entire film. Like, I really enjoyed all the renditions and remixes of the songs that the composer did.
I 100% agree with you, Johnny. That is my biggest complaint about the first movie. Huge credit to Nintendo and Illumination
listened.
for listening, because I think that was a lot of people's criticism of the first movie, and it was, again, as a Mario fan, all of our opinions are coming from this as Mario fans. People who I've played Mario Galaxy, I've played Mario Odyssey, like I've played all these games. I love the score in this one, and I love that they were letting it shine and letting those motifs come through.
I think they really leaned into the motifs even more, and it
Yes.
it definitely shows. It was like I
It's
got
like
even
a
like
cheap
more
trick a little
giddy.
bit, but like it works. It works.
Yeah,
On me.
they feel like sucker punches for us, but like I love it anyway.
But one specifically that I turned to Spencer was when Fox was flying them around in their ship and Bowser Jr. is chasing them, and they had a remix of multiple Star Fox songs. They had the Corneria music, and there was other ones. I don't know the names of all of them, but there was other Star Fox songs sprinkled in. I was like, oh
There
my
was
God.
like the Lilat System song.
Yeah. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it was very satisfying to have it feel like Nintendo music and Mario music. I think one of the other positives in this one is visually still really good. The new characters that they added, I think they nailed the designs. I think Yoshi looked great. I think Bowser Jr. looked great.
Yes.
I think visually better, because I think a lot of the animation is pushed a lot further than the first one, and a lot of the action is more complex and pushed further as well, and is still so successful.
I agree with you about certain scenes. Other scenes, I feel like they got a little bit too. It's hard to track some stuff. There's so much going on. And
I think
things
the
are moving
casino
so
scene
quickly.
was like that.
I still kind of like the action. I think the choreography is really good, but there's almost like such an overload of locations and visuals that are being thrown at
yes.
you in this movie. You can't even like ground yourself and like, where am I? What's happening? Oh, we're onto a new spot. Oh, we're onto a new group of characters. But when they let you live in a scene, and when they were designing set pieces, I think they were really successful here. And the visual style of the movie, again, is one of the strongest suits about it.
It oozes a lot of the sort of set pieces and scenery, just with the art styles and how much time that you have to like digest everything in there. There's always a lot to take in. The scene chasing the monkey through all of in the sort of seedy area of the airport. It feels like a feast for the eyes everywhere you look.
Which I think in some scenes is really successful, and in some scenes is like overwhelming.
The problem is I agree that it's overwhelming, and the reason is because there's no time to breathe in this movie. There is so much going on, and the movie's not that long. It's like an hour and a half, and so it's basically nonstop. But we're in the positive section right now, so we'll stick to the positives.
Yeah.
All right, here's something I'm sure we all loved.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Dude.
Big fan.
Huge shout outs to Donald Glover, dude. When
he was good.
announced when they announced his casting, I had the same reaction that Johnny had about Mario, which is why.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I love Donald Glover. I think he's incredible. Great actor, great musician.
He's one of my favorite people in entertainment.
Literally annoyingly talented.
Yes.
I went, why? The second he started talking as Yoshi, I went, oh my God, he's fucking excellent. He nailed it.
Yeah.
He understood the assignment, as they say.
He understood the assignment. He fully committed to it. Incredible. Huge shout outs.
I loved the backstory of Yoshi in Brooklyn. I loved that scene.
Dude, so good.
That was the one scene where they had like the needle drop music, and it works.
Yep.
That was basically Yoshi's character. He's just a cool, fun guy that people like to hang out with.
He's just kind of a freak.
And he's a loyal dude. He's helping out. He ruled in this movie.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, like a big thing in Mario and Mario games, like especially the spin-off games, like the sports games and the party games and the kart games, is you have your character, and Yoshi is my character. And I have to say that when I see Yoshi, I see myself. Every time I've ever played any game, with you guys or in my life where Yoshi is
Yeah.
a playable character, I am Yoshi 100% of the time. I find it challenging to play Mario Party if I'm not Yoshi and somebody else is playing Yoshi, because every time a mini game starts, I think I'm Yoshi for about the first 5 seconds. And then I'm fucked because I can't come back because I've fucked everything. When I see maybe you feel the same about Luigi, but I didn't get it in the first movie, so I've been waiting patiently. When I see Yoshi walking through Brooklyn, that's me walking through Brooklyn, fucking eating shit, stealing fruit, fucking up the dinosaur. Like I it sounds like a joke, but I'm being 100% serious that he is my avatar.
Yeah, you were eating then. My God.
Yes, thank you. And as Spencer's avatar is Waluigi, you will never feel what we feel, it seems.
You
Not
will
in Smash
rue the
Bros. And
day.
not in Smash Bros. And not in the movies.
The thing is, like, I don't know if
you're getting
Waluigi was
punished,
even
dude.
like my guy for like my entire Mario legacy. I think I started with Yoshi, and then when I was hanging out with you guys, like you were like, "No, I'm Yoshi." I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm Waluigi now."
And you weren't strong enough to hold on to Yoshi.
Yeah,
So you
I guess
lost him because you weren't strong.
I didn't fight for him. Like Yoshi is the fucking coolest. I won't lie, but like I didn't fight for him. I didn't want to make you upset because you would cry, and I didn't like that.
No, I wouldn't cry. I'd fight.
Spencer's a good guy. Spencer's a good guy. Good guy,
You
Spencer.
you would. And
I see what you're doing right now. I've never once heard you say, "Oh, can I play Yoshi?" Not one time.
well, because I could see in your eyes how much it would upset you. I didn't even try.
You're going for this high road thing. You're going for this.
I
good guy
didn't
Spencer
even
thing.
try because I'm Johnny. It's okay. I'm Waluigi. It's okay.
And you're showing your true colors, which is Waluigi, who lies and who cheats, and that's who you are to your core.
You were right the whole time. It's all part of the grift.
Yeah, you're fucking grifting
Dude,
me.
it's all part of the grift.
What else are positives about this movie?
I liked Star Fox in it.
Yes, the 2D section explaining the Star Fox characters, loved.
So cool.
Animation style was very cool.
I want a whole movie like that.
Yeah, I liked his little
I would
joke
love if they
about
did
like that's
that.
what you get when you have a frog, be your engineer. Like that was hilarious. I think his character was just fun. There was no arc to be had. It was just like he was more of a spaceship for them to ride around in. But it's like he was just fun to watch, and they had a moment where they could have done the story beat where him and Mario had like this weird love triangle thing, and they just like chose not to, which was better.
I liked that too. I saw some people complaining saying they didn't like that, but who wants that, right? Who
I thought
wants
that was a
love
great
triangle between Mario, Peach, and Star Fox?
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't make
fucking
any
weird.
sense. Yeah, I they made the right choice with that. I think like the cameos were really cool. Speaking of the cameos, I don't know. I caught this. Johnny did not. Did you see Xander the Samus Aran ship in the airport?
I missed it. I read about it afterward. Didn't see it in the film.
How did we
I
both
saw the
miss that?
Pikmin.
My eyes were going like this. That's why I missed it. I was fucking like shooting my eyes
You were
back and
scanning
forth,
and
superstar
searching.
mode.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
golden mushroom speed.
It was like only it's one of those things like it happens so fast. It's like right when when Peach and Toad walked onto the airport before they met Star Fox, it was like Sam Sarah's ship was like flying around.
Again, to the Star Fox thing, since they showed him, Spencer and I were talking before the movie, and we were like, well, surely there's going to be more Nintendo characters. There's going to be a surprise character at some point. And we took bets on who it was going to be. I chose Kirby because I was thinking everybody loves Kirby. And also him riding on the Warp Star, I thought that was pretty viable. Spencer, you said Waluigi, which was wishful thinking, as we've established. Never going to happen.
Just wanted to be different.
Didn't you say, who'd you say you thought it was going to be?
Me and Jordan and Dylan saw it together, who are both on this podcast. And I said I thought Daisy was going to appear in the movie. To shout out Jordan. Jordan called Pikmin and she called Mr. Game & Watch.
She actually called Mr. Game, because I was
swear to
literally
God.
about to say, who the fuck would have guessed Mr. Game & Watch? That's where I was leading to.
How?
We're having dinner before the movie, and Dylan goes, "What other Nintendo characters do you think could be in this movie?" And Jordan goes, "I want the Pikmin because I love the Pikmin."
Yeah.
And then she goes, doesn't even know his name, goes, "Who's that little guy that's just like a black outline of a man?" And I was like, "Oh, Mr. Game & Watch." She said, "Yeah, him." I went, "Okay."
There's no way.
Yeah, that's crazy that she got that, but I love the way they did that bit. It was perfect with
Yeah, it
the
was very
brush
good.
Bowser Jr.'s brush, and Luigi's just like, I suck at drawing. Like, that's actually a really good way to do a little thing for the fans there. Also, another positive part we skipped over, Bowser's so funny in this movie. The choice to make him small in the first movie and keep that going as he's like being rehabilitated, but he has anger problems, and Luigi and him are nice to each other, but Mario and him still hate each other. It was so good.
His relationship with
Jack Black's
Luigi
great
was
again.
was incredible.
Speaking too of Bowser, we shouted out Donald Glover. I thought Bowser Jr. was quite good in this, and I was pleasantly surprised by Benny Safdie's performance. When they cast him again, I'm like, why?
No, he was really good.
I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, I liked Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr. was good. His relationship with Bowser was good. The whole puppet show flashback was great.
Yeah, incredible.
I saw a lot of people saying, that was one of my other favorite scenes in the movie. I saw a lot of people saying, like, why was there not a Peaches in this movie? And to me, that was the Peaches.
Sure,
I know it wasn't a song, but just in terms of, like, a really goofy, over-the-top Bowser moment, that was it. And I loved it.
I think my overall positive, I don't know if it's not something specific, but my overall positive was one of the things that did better than the first was that I think it leaned a lot more heavily into the references to the games, into the music, and I think overall I got a better sense of the Mario games. Now, whether that translates to a good movie or not is up for debate, but from like a video game standpoint and what I remember in video games, I was like, this movie fucking nails it.
From that perspective, Spencer, I think it does. I agree with you. You know what my favorite scene of the movie was? Peach and Mario going through Bowser.
Yes.
I was just going to say that.
System.
Loved that.
Again, as a fan of the game, really incredible, great references. Them getting to the bridge too and dropping Bowser into the lava.
And I knew he was going to come back as Dry
way.
Bowser, but I loved it anyway.
Yeah.
The classic way that you beat Bowser. Visually, that scene is stunning. The animation, the choreography is really, really great. And it's the referential nature of like you're playing Bowser Jr. is like playing an NES game, trying to defeat them with the obstacles that we all know as Mario fans. I really, really liked that.
It's probably my favorite scene too.
I agree. That scene was absolutely incredible. But what Spencer just talked about, where he said, this movie is much more referential to the games and feels much more like the games through the music, through the visuals, through the level design and everything. But does that make that a better movie? Like, that's really the question, right? Like, I completely agree with what you're saying. And now as we transition like into the mixed aspect of it, this movie has no story. Okay, that's not true necessarily. It has story, but it has no emotional storytelling and no character arcs at all. And it's kind of bizarre.
Dude, 100% with you. Do you know what's crazy? We're talking about the Mario Galaxy movie, and we wanted to start positive and talk about what we liked. We did not speak about Rosalina.
She's not in the movie.
The new character.
At all.
I know. I'm fully aware. She's a full MacGuffin.
Bad character.
Has a cool first scene, cool little action scene. Again, animation choreography is really, really well done in these movies.
Yeah.
And then she's just locked in a little bubble.
I think Brie Larson did her best.
She did her
Brie
best.
Larson was good.
I think Brie Larson was great. I think she was great casting for it.
Yeah.
It just
A true Nintendo fan.
why? There's too much here. I held my tongue before because we were in the positive section. I don't like Star Fox's inclusion in this movie. Not because I disliked the portrayal or anything like that.
Because he adds nothing.
He adds nothing, and you lost the opportunity to give that to a character that means something. I just can't fathom what they thought they were doing, adding Bowser Jr., Rosalina, Fox, Yoshi, all of these things to then do nothing with them. And honestly, from a character perspective, the most annoying thing to me is, we talked about this in the positives. One of the coolest parts about the movie was keeping the Bowser arc going, and
they abandoned it.
They abandoned it.
What was up with that?
I understand why.
Because
Bowser's a villain. He's always the villain.
They can't fuck up the status quo of the Mario universe.
But then don't keep it. Make him bad. Make it when they make him big, he betrays them immediately.
Yeah.
It's crazy that there's a scene where he's telling Bowser Jr., he's got a dumb mustache, but he's not such a bad guy. Don't kill him. 2, I'm going to burn this guy up. It's just a light switch flip. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I understand there's too many characters here to do character arcs. For me personally, bummed Luigi has a really small role. But if you put Rosalina and Peach together and you want the movie to circle around like them being sisters and the power that they have together and their relationship and reconnecting, That only works if they interact with each other, which they don't do in this movie.
They literally don't at all. And that's my big problem with them. One of my big problems with the movie too is Peach should be the emotional centerpiece of this movie. She's
Yes.
set up to be the emotional centerpiece. At the very start of the movie, it's her birthday, right? And she is on the roof going like, I don't like birthdays because I don't really know anything about my past. I don't even know my real birthday. She has an existential crisis. That's the reason she wants to go save Rosalina so bad. That is her driving force. I need to find out more about who I am. I don't know who I am. That works, right? As a setup. When she gets to Rosalina, they don't even have a moment. They don't even talk about anything. It's revealed that they're sisters. There's nothing that the movie just ends. It's truly bizarre.
Can I pitch two things to try and make this movie drastically
Dude, I've
better right off the
I've
bat?
literally rewritten a thing to improve this movie. I've written an entire thing, so I'm right there with you.
I think an easy thing is the puppet show is the cold open of the movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Set up that Bowser Jr. and Bowser had a relationship, and this was Bowser's grand plan. We're going to build this planet together, and we're going to rule the world. And then Bowser gets kidnapped by Mario and Peach, right? And tinyified. And Bowser Jr. goes, I'm all alone. I'm going to build it. Have a little montage of him building the planet, and he's like, I'm almost there. Then, instead of it being Rosalina, so you don't waste her as a character, remember the Grand Stars from Mario Galaxy?
Yeah.
Have him go steal the star from Rosalina and use that to power his planet.
Yeah.
Then Rosalina can go to Peach herself and say, he stole my Grand Star. We have to stop them or they're going to destroy the galaxy.
Yeah. If you want Rosalina to actually be in the film, like you said. And also there's not a lot of galaxy stuff in this film, really. That adds another galaxy element. It's called Mario
flies
Galaxy.
by.
There's barely any galaxy stuff in it.
And then I understand there's too many characters here to do character arcs. But if you put Rosalina and Peach together and you want the movie to circle around like them being sisters and the power that they have together and their relationship and reconnecting, that only works if they interact with each other, which they don't do in this movie.
They literally don't at all. And that's my big problem with them. One of my big problems with the movie too is Peach should be the emotional centerpiece of this movie. She's set up to be the emotional centerpiece. At the very start of the movie, it's her birthday, right? And she is on the roof going like, I don't like birthdays because I don't really know anything about my past. I don't even know my real birthday. She has an existential crisis. And then that's the reason she wants to go save Rosalina so bad. That is her driving force. I need to find out more about who I am. I don't know who I am. That works, right? As a setup. When she gets to Rosalina, they don't even have a moment. They don't even talk about anything. It's revealed that they're sisters. There's nothing that the movie just ends. It's truly bizarre. To me, I agree. Like I totally agree that the biggest problem with the movie is there's no emotional core. In my rewrite, we're just going through. Spencer, you have a couple minutes to prepare your rewrite.
Oh damn. Okay.
The framework of the movie is to create a story where the through line is about family, and Peach is wanting to find out where she comes from. And I honestly think that that's an interesting premise. First of all, this is important. Do not have Rosalina know who Mario and Peach are. It just doesn't make any sense. So I would get rid of that completely. Don't have them be sisters. When Bowser kidnaps Rosalina and the one Luma, takes them back to the planet, when the Luma escapes, he shoots off into the galaxy and lands on the Mushroom Kingdom by coincidence. When Peach and Mario and the whole gang come to find him, the Luma is like, you have to help me. You're just like my mom or whatever, Rosalina, and I need you to come help me save her. Because Peach hears, you look just like me, it piques her interest because she wants to know where she's from. She has nobody around her who looks like her. So she, again, leaves with Toad, and this time also the Luma. Her, Toad, and Luma, because again, I want there to be more Mario Galaxy representation in the Mario Galaxy movie. They go, and it's the same sort of stuff happens. Now we're in the climax of the film, which is like the Bowser's Castle conquest thing, and everything happens basically the same, with the only differences being that when Mario saves Bowser Jr., he has a small line about family that he can say to Bowser, where Bowser's like, why did you help me after everything I did? Like, I betrayed you. Just something like, oh, family has to stick together or something. It's that simple. Like, the changes don't have to be major. And then with the Rosalina part, Peach goes to save Rosalina, same as in the movie. And when she breaks out, she's kind of like, can you tell me where I'm from. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what my life is about. I don't even know when my own birthday is. And then Rosalina doesn't know who she is. And then the Lumen that's been with them the whole time goes and goes to Rosalina, and they have like a moment where she's like, oh my God, I missed you so much. They have like a loving moment. And Peach looks at it and then realizes more about how important the Toads are to her and how important like Mario and Luigi and all of that is to her. And then she realizes like she doesn't need to know where she's from. She doesn't need the mystery to her life. She has her found family here and everything that she could need. Those are my changes to the movie.
Pretty good, Johnny.
It's just that the movie desperately needs there to be some kind of emotional through line, like desperately.
Yeah.
Okay, Spencer, let's hear yours.
Okay. I came up with one as you guys are talking. Mine is, hear me out. This is a really good sidewind. Yeah. Keep everything the same. The whole movie 100% the same, except
Waluigi.
Nope. There's one scene where when they meet Star Fox and they're like, we need your help. And Star Fox is like, I can do it, but we're going to need a guy. And then they get on the ship and then they fly out to this remote location. And then there's like a lone shed on a galaxy planet. And then they land the ship and they go in and they open the shed. And it's Donkey Kong voiced by Seth Rogen. And he turns to him and he says, no, I'm retired. I can't. You can't. And Mario goes, listen, I know we had our differences, but we had a really good thing at the end of the last movie. And I need you for this one. And he goes, one last ride, Mario. And
do they do the thing where they grab their arms and do like
yeah. So I think to fix the problem with a bloated character roster is to add more character.
Yeah.
If
I fully thought you were going to add
characters,
Waluigi to the movie.
It ends up not being a problem.
It's just so interesting because I think that the emotional arc in the first movie is the best part about the movie. And it's very simple. It's very basic.
Yes.
You don't need to do a lot. For me as an audience member who's invested in these characters via not the movies, just my life of playing Mario games, but also just, for 90 minutes, you've been with these brothers and you get drawn into their relationship. And there's a very satisfying resolution when they defeat Bowser together. And this one really lacks that. Yeah, they defeat Bowser together, but there's not an arc to that. And yeah, Bowser Jr. and Bowser reunite, but there's not really an arc to it. And Rosalina and Peach reunite, but there's not really an arc to it. And I don't understand where that went and why that's not something they thought about.
I can't tell if it's Illumination or Nintendo or a combo of them both sanitizing.
Yeah,
it.
I don't know either. There does feel like there's a little bit of a Nintendo overprotectiveness of their characters and not wanting to add too much or change too much and keep things really within a boundary. And maybe there's elements of that to it, but I don't think you needed to really add too much to do something. And arguably you should have taken stuff out here to be more successful. So it's interesting how it transpired. But I enjoyed the movie. I had fun watching it. It's just like you walk away a bit hollow from it, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to stick with me long, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the experience of watching it. In a month, am I really going to be thinking about it? No.
I feel like I wouldn't have a mixed opinion if they didn't include the story beat of Princess Peach and Rosalina being sisters, because to me that was an attempt narratively to add some sort of like emotional set piece, and there was no follow through
for sure,
and nothing ever came of it. So like my opinion towards the movie is like this sort of resounding, like as a fan of the games, fucking stellar. As a movie, dude, I could have been a lot happier had I just like turned the only part of my brain on, which is the video game mind, and focused on that.
Yeah, it's like the framework is there, but you're not gonna go through with it. Why you put the framework there?
The same thing with Bowser, right? Like you set up the framework of like he's a changed Koopa, and then you just go, never mind, he's bad.
And I also have to say too, like, there's been a lot of discourse online about this, where basically critics are completely panning the movie, saying it's garbage because of the lack of story and emotion.
And you kind of understand why, right? Like Spencer's saying, the video game part of me loved it, the movie part of me didn't. If you're a critic and you're not a video game guy, what is there for you?
Well,
I think it's an easy review as a movie critic.
How is this movie watchable if you didn't play the games, genuinely?
Yeah.
And I understand. And then the argument of the people who are the fans of the games will say, well, it's not for them, it's for me. And don't get me wrong,
And there's an argument
I
to
do
that.
understand
Yeah.
that argument. And it's also for us because we've established we love the games. But what I would say is,
Why can't it be both?
as a Mario fan, I do not leave this movie with any additional appreciation for Mario at all. It scratched the appreciation that I already had. And I see that as a missed opportunity because it had the opportunity to maybe add depth, add story, add new things that I could appreciate. So when I maybe play Mario Galaxy or any other Mario game again, I think, oh, it's kind of cool because now I know this. I don't think this movie adds anything. And I think that if you're okay with that, you're kind of missing out on a potential opportunity to strengthen your connection with this property. And one thing I really don't like to see, which I've been seeing a lot, is people online defending the movie by saying, it's a kid's movie, what the fuck do you expect? I really fucking don't like that at all. Like, I think one, it's condescending to kids because I think that they're smarter than you think they are. I mean, we were all
I
kids
think this
once.
is a I think this is a huge problem. I agree with you.
The movies that you remember as being your favorites when you were a kid, I loved Toy Story as a kid, for example. Toy Story has insanely complex themes and mature themes that then you rewatch it as an adult and you learn more. But as a kid, you still understood the basics of emotion of like they're not getting along because Woody feels like he's being replaced. You understand that as a kid. I don't want to hear this bullshit about kids don't understand stuff and they just need flashing colors in front of their face. I really don't like
We're
that.
making kids dumb, dude. Because can I tell you, you use Toy Story as an example. I had this conversation with Jordan after the movie, and the example I pulled out was Rugrats in Paris because I didn't want to go for like a Pixar, like cream of the crop,
Sure.
like beloved movie. There's an emotional arc in there.
Of course
about,
there is.
About a father's relationship with their son, about wanting a mother, about trying to be there for your friend, about trying to protect your family. It's not just like, oh, flashing Reptar the whole movie. Like, and that's, no one is like, oh my God, Rugrats, the best movie ever made. Like, give it an Oscar. You know what I mean?
I
But it's
do
this
like Rugrats
idea-
a lot, though.
No, that's a really good example because you're not picking the most famous, you know what I mean, renowned movie. If your point for defense of this movie is it's for kids, who gives a shit? You think kids don't have emotions? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, y'all ever watch Land Before Time when the mom dies?
Another good example, Spencer. Another great example.
Yeah.
The way we teach as humans is through storytelling. You know, it's genuinely important for us socially, for us to develop, for us to learn, to become empathetic, to just throw that all away because you want to defend a movie because you like it is crazy. Like the movie. I like the movie.
I like it. Thumbs up.
Yeah, but don't throw away emotions because you're so sensitive that you can't take somebody else not liking the movie when they didn't play any of the games or anything. It's ridiculous because the reason I have a problem with it is because you're setting a bad precedent for the future.
You know, the critics are on one side, the fans are on one side. There's a version that's in the middle. There's a version of the movie that has the references, and there's a story and a emotional core.
I think it's fair.
All right, how do you guys want to rank the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
This is my honest rat opinion. If I'm ranking it based on my appreciation for the video games, then I like the Super Mario Galaxy movie more than the first one. And that's just coming from like my dumb video game brain, like enjoying the references and the characters and seeing them do fun things and how visually appealing it is and the music, everything. I think the second one knocks it out of the park. And for a lot of reasons, that's like why I'm going to go see a Mario movie is because of my appreciation towards the game. So if that's my only deciding factor, then 2 is better than 1. A very good argument to be made about if I'm going to go see a Mario movie, then I should appreciate it for the movie aspect. And if that's the case, then 1 is better than 2.
Follow your heart.
My heart tells me that I look at these Mario related things and I really only think about my feelings towards the games and my enjoyment of the series from a video game perspective. So I'm gonna stick with 2 being more than 1.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I do too.
I think I feel very similarly in terms of, you know, 2 sides of my brain. I think the video game aspects are done better in the second one.
Yeah.
And the set pieces are better. and the references are better.
Yes.
But I just can't get over that the moment in the first movie when Luigi holds the sewer lid up and blocks Bowser's fire, and then they get the superstar and beat the shit out of him, is more emotionally satisfying and sticks in my like brain and my heart more than anything remotely close in Galaxy. So for me, I think the first one is better.
I'm with you, Johnny. I'm gonna go the first one better. I think I agree with you, Spencer. And again, we definitely are critical on this movie, but I also want to be clear. Like, I do like this. This is a thumbs up movie for me. I don't think it's a great movie, but again, huge Mario fan. I've been playing Mario since I was like 5 years old. You know, like 25 years of my life, I've been playing all these games, and they really do tap into the feeling in this one in a really, really substantial way of playing the games. I think I'm a huge Luigi guy, like Johnny said, and I love Luigi in the first movie, and he's pretty sidelined in this movie. And the fact that his emotional arc is really strong in the first one, and nobody has a single emotional arc in this movie, I feel like I have to go with the first one.
I have one more thing. As we talk about how like people are just saying it's a cash grab, before I saw the movie, I bought like as many Mario Galaxy products as I could find, and I'm doing my own little mini ranking right here. And I know this makes me sound insane because I just talked about like the integrity of art and all this stuff for like 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
I thought I was gonna like the movie a little bit more. So the things I got was I got Pillsbury sugar cookies that are Yoshi egg shaped. Really cool. I got Mario Galaxy pizza rolls. I got Mario Galaxy Lucky Charms, and I also got Old Spice Yoshi body soap. So these are the four things that I'm gonna rank. I used all of them today.
Spencer, I love that it's 3 foods and soap.
Yeah,
because this is what they had.
How do you rank the soap?
Fair enough. Rank them.
Okay, so I'm ranking all of them on the same criteria, which is how fun is it? How did it taste? And how did it feel rubbing on my body?
Soap.
Rubbing and lathering it on my whole body.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Okay, so at number 4, I'm going to put the pizza rolls. I think they were just regular ass pizza rolls. I thought maybe they were going to taste like Stardust or something like that, but nope, just regular pepperoni pizza rolls. And when I rubbed them on my body, they were a little bit sharp. At 3, I'm gonna put the Lucky Charms. I'm not the biggest Lucky Charms fan, but I will say usually the Lucky Charms like themed things or just marshmallow shape changes, and this one did have that. It had galaxy shapes in the marshmallows, which was cool. But also the Lucky Charms cereal itself was strawberry flavored, which I don't know what that has to do with Mario Galaxy, but I liked it, and it was good.
How were they rubbing on your body?
On my body, it felt. I feel like there's a movie somewhere where somebody's sitting in a bath of milk and cereal and they're eating the cereal with a spoon in their own bath. Like, I have that image in my head. That must be in a movie. Comment in the comments what movie that's from. And that's exactly what I did. And at 2, I'm going to put the soap, I believe.
Oh my God.
It was called Old Spice Brooklyn Bounce, and it was fruit smelling. But let me say, it was not fruit flavored. The flavor was quite terrible. I did like the way it smelled, though. It smelled pretty nice. And the other thing that was cool about it,
are you wearing it right now?
Yeah, it's one of those thick. It's one of those thick bars of soap, and it has like a swirl pattern, and it kind of goes along with the Galaxy theme. And at number 1, I'm gonna put the Yoshi egg cookie.
Dude, they were good
because it kind of just is. It's just the perfect crossover brand like selling thing because the cookies look great. Like I'm showing you guys in camera right now.
Yeah.
They look great. They taste great. I mean, these always taste the same, but the fact that I just think it's really good advertising. So that's number 1 for me. That's my
How
list.
was it on your body?
On my body, it was buttery smooth.
Excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that before or after they're baked?
Ooh, good question.
I did it after they were baked, and I did let them cool off a little bit. No. The Yoshi egg cookie, I learned my lesson with the pizza rolls.
I had a crazy experience with those Pillsburies. I bought them at a Target. I'm checking out, and the guy at the register goes, "What's the deal with these? People love them. They're being bought like crazy." I go, "It's Yoshi from Mario," and he goes, "Oh, I'll have to check that out." I was like, "What?
What?"
I swear to God.
And you know, he went home and Googled Yoshi from Mario. Like he doesn't even know how to Google it.
He would have hated the Mario movie.
It was just wild to me. Like, I get if you are not a Mario person, I just feel like you'd be aware of it.
I feel like everyone has at least one friend growing up. They're like, let's just play some kart. Like, even if that was your only exposure,
100%.
surely.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Thanks for the bonus ranking, Johnny. I like that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So the Rats on Film objective ranking for the Super Mario Brothers movies, objectively in our opinion, starting from the bottom, Super Mario Galaxy movie, and the big cheese, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Well, this was a long ep.
This is longer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, me too.
But this is like, I hope everybody takes this who's listening as like we genuinely care and we genuinely like the movies and want to see them continue and be as good as they can be, right?
Oh, yeah. And I think it's no matter what, it's going to be full of amazing references, and us as fans are going to be eating good.
And I think a big positive you can take from it, even if you didn't like the movie, was they did nail a lot of it in terms of the visuals and the style and the music and the references. They nailed that aspect of it. They really just need to figure out how to do the story in a way that's satisfying but true for the fans, and it would be like perfect.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to Rats on Film, everybody. Tell a friend about the show where a bunch of little rats talk about and rank movies. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of the Mario Brothers movie. Follow us, Rats on Film Pod, social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about and rank some more movies.
Imagine someone listens to this whole thing and goes, what are these guys talking about? I'm going to have to Google this. This sounds crazy.